Apparently, to be a hero, you have to have a tragic backstory.
I have a tragic past, depending on which of my backstories you believe. Well, that settles it. I'm becoming a hero.
You wouldn't know the first thing about being a hero.
Sure I do. You violently assault those with a different world perspective than your own.
Isn't that what you already do?
Oh, yeah. I guess I've been a hero all along. Welcome back to another episode of Batman the Animated Recap. Last time, we covered the Cape and Cowl conspiracy, featuring an elaborate ruse put on by Batman to trick a master criminal. This time sees the origin of Batman's sometime sidekick on the series, Season 1, Episode 32 of Batman the Animated Series, Robin's Reckoning, Part 1. We open on Batman and Robin on a stakeout, and we learn just how patient Batman is.
You sure about this extortion ring? Uh-huh. It's been 4 hours. Uh-huh.
Now I see why he's hardly ever featured. You can't stand him.
That's not true. I mean, it is true, but I can't stand anyone, so it hardly makes him special.
Some thugs show up at a construction site to sabotage it, prompting Batman and Robin to go to work. Batman tells Robin to do things by the numbers, but as is typical with the Boy Wonder, he doesn't listen. Honestly, Batsy, why do you bother? He's more of a hindrance than a help.
He is a help. Sometimes he... No. Well, other times he... No. Okay, but when I'm in danger, he's the first person I... Nope. Look, he's harmless.
Two of the thugs flee, but one is left hanging, both literally and metaphorically, and despite his initial defiance, he sings like a canary.
It's Marin! Billy Marin!
Upon hearing the name Billy Marin, Batman gets real suspicious and sends Robin away.
The police can take it from here. Go get the Batmobile.
What?
Now!
Batman makes things worse when he drops Robin at the Batcave so that he can follow up on the case alone.
You know the rules. There are times when I can't explain
My actions even to you.
We'll discuss this later.
Way to keep your cool. If you would just let everything play out at the construction site, you could have come up with some excuse for the two of you to patrol separately so you could investigate and he wouldn't be curious. Please, I handled it just fine. He didn't suspect a thing.
I don't get it. Everything was going great until that Marin business came up.
Okay, maybe he had a mild inclination something was wrong.
Robin looks up Billy Marin on the Bat computer and sees a whole list of aliases, but it's Billy's real name that causes Mr. Grayson to have a flashback.
Tony Zuko. Oh my word. Finally.
We transition to a circus and see a young Dick Grayson as part of the Flying Graysons trapeze act with his mother and father. One day, while he's outside playing with his elephant, and no, that is not a euphemism. Sure it isn't. Dick sees the owner of the circus get into an altercation with a criminal trying to pressure him into paying for protection services to avoid any accidents. This criminal is Tony Zuko, and he sounds suspiciously like Biff Tannen, because he's voiced by Tom Wilson, who played Biff Tannen.
You're gonna be calling Tony Zuko and soon. Out of my way, punk.
You wouldn't want that to happen, would you? Would you?
Well, no, of course not.
No,
I wouldn't want that to happen.
So what are you looking at, butthead?
Later, we see Zuko cutting one of the ropes as everything is being set up for that night's Big Top show. Just before the Graysons go on, Dick sees Zuko leaving the tent. He tries to warn his parents, but is cut off because the show must go on. The cut rope was one of the trapeze ropes, and it breaks when Dick's parents are in mid-swing with no safety net below. Bravo! What a show! Encore! Encore!
Hey, that's my dick you're joking about. I didn't mean that the way it sounded. The kid's parents are dead, and you're making a mockery of it, and that makes me upset. And you know what happens when I get upset? Where is he? Where's Zuko?
Bruce was attending the circus that night and offers to take young Grayson in after Commissioner Gordon expresses concerns that Zuko might come after Dick if he stays at the circus. We leave the flashback just long enough to see how angry Robin is and transition to Batman in the Batmobile, who takes us into another flashback.
Isn't Bruce coming down to eat?
I'm afraid not tonight, Dick. I've got a late meeting.
He has a meeting every night. Who does he see?
This is a terrible flashback episode. They're supposed to feature the main character sitting around reminiscing about past exploits in a fun and campy way. This is all new material, and it's so dramatic. Let me show you how it should be done.
Oh man, and then they had to scrape him off the pavement.
Hey, speaking of scrapes, remember all the fun ones you've gotten into?
Especially since you wouldn't see me if I was standing right next to you.
Hey, stud. I thought we had something together.
We do.
Ow! It's a trap!
I was wondering what would break first. Your spirit? Or your body?
Oh, that last one was my favorite. Hey, do you ever have pain shoot down your spine when you see me because of that?
Are you kidding? It's happening right now.
In Batman's flashback, he goes undercover to question some criminals playing street dice about Tony Zuko. It doesn't go well.
You do an awful lot of wondering for someone we ain't ever seen before.
Why did you even bother with the undercover part? It seems that being Batman is far more effective at getting information than your feeble attempts at playing dress-up. Hey, I like to wear costumes, okay? I don't get to do it very often, so I seize the opportunity when it comes up. What? You wear a costume all the time! You're wearing one right now! I don't know what you're talking about.
Is no one else going to mention that under that shadow, Batsy definitely had a fake 5 o'clock shadow going on? After learning that Zuko is staying with his uncle, Stromwell, Batman pays them a visit. Stromwell doesn't give Zuko up, despite Batman's insistence.
I want him bad, Stromwell. Real bad.
Why, Bats, I didn't know you swung that way.
Hey, what does Zuko have that I don't?
That is not how I meant it, and you know it.
A guy can dream, can't he?
Batman places a bug before he leaves. Zuko thinks that all is cool, but his uncle is not happy.
Why don't you make like a tree and get out of here? It's leave, you idiot. Make like a tree and leave. You won't be messing around here anymore.
Fool! You and your penny anti-extortion racket. Look what you brought on my house.
Batman is listening to the exchange from outside when he is discovered by a guard. The commotion causes Zuko to flee. Batman tries to stop him, but is thrown off the hood of the car as Zuko speeds through a gate. Back at the Batcave, Batman laments how close he was to catching him. That's when the always sassy, but wise, Alfred chimes in.
Tony Zuko gets my undivided attention.
How fortunate for Zuko, because there's a little boy up there who's just aching for some of that attention.
Alfred says that the boy needs a friend, and this gets through, prompting Bruce to go talk to Dick. Dick is upset with himself, dwelling on what he could have done differently to save his parents. This is something that Bruce can relate to, and they find common ground.
There isn't anything either of us could have done.
Your mom and dad?
We come back to the present where Dick is yelling at Bruce over the radio that he can't cut him out because Zuko is his to take on. Batman shuts him down and, he takes it quite well.
You must do as he says.
Not this time, Alfred. Maybe not ever again.
The episode ends dramatically with a to be continued.
Perfect! With Dick Grayson out of the way, I assume in the next episode we bring in Jason Todd. So I can kill him!
Damn it, Joker. Too soon.
Too soon? That happened like 35 years ago. When is it not too soon?
Never. You beat a boy to near death with a crowbar, then blew him up. It It will never not be too soon.
Oh, that's disappointing. Ah, well, we can always joke about the time I crippled Batgirl for life, eh? Oh, fine. Some people are just entirely without humor.
This episode was a solid start to an origin story for Robin, filled with a lot of beautiful and tragic imagery. I mean, the shot of the Graysons dying still haunts me to this day. I like Tom Wilson as an actor, but I do wish his Zuko would have been a bit less Biff Tannen, and I know he could do it because he doesn't actually sound like Biff in real life, and he's done other voice work where he's sounded different. But I mean, in all fairness to the show, if you hadn't seen Back to the Future, you probably wouldn't even draw that parallel because he does fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's me. It's not you, show. It's me. But anyway, other than that, I have no complaints. What did you think, Crane?
This is a fine introduction to the Batman and Robin relationship. It gets us more into the psychology of Batman. You can see his overreaction and desire to take down Zuko without Robin as his way of trying to protect the boy, though he does seem to be going about it in the wrong way. 4 out of 5 times that Zuko got slapped with a newspaper by his uncle.
Join us next time when we'll be covering Robin's Reckoning Part 2. Robin's Reckoning. I guess that does sound better than Dick's Reckoning. Till next time, kiddies!
Hello, everyone. No jokes and japes this time around. As many of you already know, Arlene Sorkin recently passed away, and we wanted to take a moment to acknowledge the woman who helped create an icon.
She voiced a character that was meant to be a one-off Joker-goon, but did it with such charisma, the people wanted that character back.
Harley Quinn was an original creation for the animated series, but became so popular that she got written into the comics. If it wasn't for Arlene Sorkin's energetic performance, that might never have happened.
Arlene gave life to the perfect Bonnie to my Clyde. Hell, Harley would even surpass my own popularity, if that's even possible, all thanks to her. The world just won't be as funny without her in it.
Ha! And here you thought I was just another bubble-headed blonde bimbo. Well, the joke's on you. I'm not even a real blonde.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and a share. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when more Batman the Animated Recap episodes go up. Thanks, everybody.